Hello, good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing well today. My name is Instructor Nigel, and I'm going to show you Python. But before we get into our lesson, let me let you know who I am. I'm a software developer. I'm going to share projects I'm working on, where I've studied, and what I plan to be doing in the future. I founded a startup to solve technological problems for my friends and organizations that I eventually ended up working with. Some of the organizations I ended up working with are Zapier, Well Found, my first smart contract in Ethereum that processes the transaction that allows one Ethereum or any number of Ethereums to be added onto another. Here's a quick video about how it works. It's on Solidity and it specifies a function with the variables that I'm going to declare and then publish it. That's a fun process. I can write out how many Ethereums are going to be in a transaction. See at the bottom, it represents it as a transaction. That's pretty cool. Published an app recently on the App Store. It's called Piece Together, and it's limited release only. I've also been heavy into quantum engineering, quantum physics, quantum computing, and understanding of very small atoms and particles. Once they're measured, it's hard to understand where they originate from and where they're going. It causes us as individuals to redefine our understanding of science, especially the old foundations of physics. Here is me computing something very small. And once I computed it, I asked it to be defined to understand its value. With time, I'm quite sure become clearer to a lot of people. This is a 3D Ori, video games, Real, Blender, Unity. So I use Kepler's law and other laws of physics to calculate the size, distance, and speed relative to the core information that I've gotten from the internet about where these planets are. I've studied at Harvard, WGU right now, and several other programs to sharpen up my skills, publish content, made apps. This is another app I've made that's a lot like Instagram and Facebook, where you have chats and you can kind of talk to people. It's pretty fun. Things are very similar to Instagram. We have 33 stars on GitHub, 205 commits this year, 39 pull requests, 19 public contributions. Mostly I'm in JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Java, C++, Ruby, and a little bit of Lua, playing Roblox with little brothers. Published books on machine learning, ML, AI. Here's a version of my Uber Eats, Comfort Eats. I've made an app like that. 100% JavaScript, Tailwind CSS. Without further ado, I'm going to show you a basic lesson of Python. It's easy, very easy. These functions are for children ages 13 to 17. Let's start with a simple print function. This function takes some input, a string, and displays it as an output. You want to write up here, and it's going to show up down here. All I have to do is print and write any text, but it won't show up without a colon. So you have to write it like that. And it's going to show hello world. Very simple. But since you're my student, we're going to change it. You can write anything you want. Hello, student. You see at the bottom? Hello world and not hello students. When we call the print function, it will print hello students for us. Now, I recommend you try this. This is very easy. Now, let's create our own function. This one's going to be called greet student, and it takes a name and age as input. So we have to define the function called greet students. It's going to take in a name and an age as input. So these are be two parameters called name and age. So let's write name and age real quick. Space, a colon. Within there, we're going to write what we want to see at the bottom. The only way you can do that is if we use the word print. Comment this out, but it doesn't show up repeatedly as we print new stuff. Now, what we want to put in these parentheses is what we want to see at the bottom. This one will be hello and a colon. We'll make the big H. And if you do not put a space here, it's just going to come up as one long sentence with words bunched together. This part of your code is very important. This will be hello. Whatever the person's name is, you are an age in years old. We would just put name because that's what's up here. It'll show up right there. You see it's highlighted, which means it's going to be highlighted at the bottom. So we want to put another plus, put that colon for that space, go over and put another space. So now it's going to be hello, hello, space, whatever the person's name is, plus, and then you're going to put you are string age years old. You are hello, string age. So what this is going to do is this is going to print the bottom. Hello, person, space, you are whatever age that you want to put at the bottom. We'll get to that in a second. And it's going to be plus years old as a make sure to put another space in there. Also, it's going to be one long connected sentence. It's not going to look correct. No matter what this AI is telling you to do, just listen to me. I'll show you what to do. So the name, space, you are, space, the age, space again, years old. We're not done. We just said what we want this thing to put, but we still have to finish out the function. Put in the parameters of the function. Greet underscore student and the person's name. What you'll see here at the bottom is, hello, Nigel, you are 42 years old. See right there? That's what should come up. Now you can change this. You can put whatever name you want. You can call them multiple times with different names and ages. Functions help us organize our code and reuse logic instead of writing things repetitively. Just like Nigel, I can change it to Stacy, and it'll show, hello, Stacy, you're 13 years old. Now let's talk about numbers. Let's call another function. It's going to be an add function. And we're going to need two numbers. Numbers 1, just like my contract I made earlier. Number 2, where we have two variables. We wanted to return something. And it's going to be number 1 plus number 2. Now we're not done yet. We have to now put what we want it to represent. Before we put return, let's make a sum of two numbers. Now we have the sum of two numbers. Now we want to return that sum. We're not done yet. Now that sum could be only the addition of numbers 1 and number 2, but we still want to print something. We always have to print something on the console, which is what we see at the bottom. We're going to do print at, we're going to do 3 and 5. And it's going to show us 8. It's going to show us what we want this to look like. We have numbers 1 and numbers 2. What it should show us is 8 at the bottom. See here? 8. Notice that this thing, it takes two inputs, numbers 1 and numbers 2. It adds them and returns the sum, okay? And we'll print 8. To recap, functions let us reuse code, avoid repetition, and keep things modular or fluid. The way you can do that would be to change things around. Let's change it to 32 and 5. Let's see what happens. It's not going to be 8. It's going to be 37. See? 102, 1,032. And it's going to be 6,032. Let's change Stacy to Brittany. And 4, see what comes up. Hello, Brittany, you are 45. Let's change it to President Biden. Let's do 67. Let's change the numbers to 99 and 1. So we're going to get, hello, President Biden, you are 67 years old. And you're going to see a number at the bottom that says 100. 100, see? There you go. And now let's change that to numbers 1 minus numbers 2. And let's do it 99 minus 80. Let's change Biden to Obama. The whole thing is that we're going to reuse without it being repetitive. So we can always change around, making it dynamic. It's just like playing basketball. If you always know that a person is going to go left, it's not as fun. With code, we can keep things original. All right, that's it for today.